Fear of being wrong.
Why do we have a fear of being wrong? Why is it so hard to be wrong? Why don't we want to admit when we're wrong? Why does it feel that fucking if we're wrong about something, it's like we're a fraud. Wrong about our whole life? Yeah,
we're a fraud. Yeah, you're just shattering your ego. That's all you're doing.
Okay.
The ego's getting offended or you being wrong. And many people just will rather continue the conversation and find ways just to be right.
That's right. Even though they know inside themselves
that they're wrong.
But they want to feel, they don't want to feel that feeling, obviously.
That's right.
Politics and shit. People argue about politics and people argue about everything.
Everything, of course. But politics is a big one. Politics and religion are the biggest, I believe.
That's what it is.
Yeah, those two topics. And you can see every time I go to a barbecue, got friends over, especially with the oldies as well. My parents, my dad, my uncles. These people, when it comes to politics, first of all, they believe that their opinion is right, obviously, like everybody else.
That's right.
And even though they're living in Australia, they're talking about Greek politics, and their opinion is going to change Greece. Like they know the answer to changing Greece.
That's right.
And then obviously you've got the different parties that they support, and they're not seeing that generally every party that these people support, they've got their own self-interest. The interest is not about helping the population. So, yeah, they get into these discussions, obviously, that lead to nowhere. And, yeah, the ego just wants to walk away that they knew more than the other person and they got the upper hand.
And what they believe is right.
Exactly.
There's something about being right, being righteous that the ego loves.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just putting yourself on a pedestal, really, and putting someone else in the pit.
Okay.
You're number one. You're right. Yeah. You're the person of wisdom, and yeah, you've always got the right answer.
That's right.
But
people use that in everyday life. They use that, all right, which I'm guilty of using being right or looking for things to justify your belief or mindset about a certain thing as if you're doing the right thing. So for instance, you're supposed to be doing your diet properly. You're supposed to be working out these many times a week. But you justify to yourself, yeah, it's all right, I'll make up for it next week, let's say. But you don't tell yourself that you're a fucking idiot. You keep yourself you justify to yourself in a way that it makes it feel all right. Okay, that justification makes you still feel like you're still sweet. You're still in the game. You're still doing the right thing.
Yep.
You're not a fraud. You haven't failed and you're not doing anything wrong. This is all part of the system. That right feel. People who have the biggest egos are the ones who always want to be right regardless of what's going on, because it's almost like you're saving your belief system. You're saving yourself from finding out that you might be wrong and everything you thought was correct wasn't.
That's right.
And obviously that's a big blow to the ego, and that's a big, that makes you feel like shit. But being right, I believe, is one of the, it's pretty straightforward. It's your ego's just trying to keep true to your current program.
Exactly.
That's the whole.
Exactly. And that program is called an identity.
Correct. Bravo. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone's created this sort of identity that they project into the world, that this is me. This is what I look like. This is what I talk like. This is what I act like. And anything, which is a program obviously that we've created, as you mentioned, anything that you create, anything that happens that affects that identity, straight away the firewall comes into play and it fights it off. In computer terms.
That's it. No, that's what it is.
Yeah. So that's basically what it is. It's just a threat.
It's a threat to the identity.
Exactly.
That's why people go hammer and tong.
Spot on.
They fucking fight
Tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. That's what they do.
Tooth and nail.
Yeah. They'll fight even when the logical mind, you've passed the line where the logical mind saying, hey, pull up, you're clearly wrong here.
Yeah. You're not fighting for the point anymore.
That's it. You know this is happening in real time. Everyone, me included, everyone's experienced this. You come to a point that you're in a conversation and you've passed this point that you know that, first of all, you've lost the communication. You don't even know what you're talking about in the first place.
That's right.
That's a thing, okay? Second, okay, you know that you've been proven wrong. Okay? Now, the best thing for you to do is that, fuck, yeah, I was wrong. I admit that I saw it differently. And I'm glad that I got the result. I'm glad that I know that what I thought was not correct.
Correct.
But as you're saying, people just go all the way. And even though they come to a point that it could be, let's agree to disagree.
Okay.
Okay?
It's a cop out.
That's right. Exactly. We'll come to that point that the other person might think this guy's not going to give up. That's it. The other person's going to be logical and say, look, this guy's wrong, obviously. He's not going to admit it. And then they pull the plug. Because some people will just go all, just flat stick. They're not going to stop.
No, they're not going to back down.
At all. Obviously, it's a sickness.
Thanks.
It is. It's
a sickness, huh?
It is. It's fucking. It's just wrong on every level. It is.
It's low level.
It's low level.
It's low level. It's straight protection. It's straight fear.
That's it. Like if you know I'm wrong, everyone in here knows even in a crowd, the whole fucking crowd knows you're wrong. You know you're fucking wrong. But for some reason you walk away thinking like, no, I showed them.
Yeah, correct. You showed them, but it's funny how we can be cool with something if everyone else thinks it, even though we don't think that thing.
Exactly.
And your ego wants you to be right because obviously you desperately don't want to feel that feeling of being wrong.
That's it.
That
is the worst.
Correct. The feeling of being wrong is similar to like different when you're wrong. Like I know how to be wrong. A lot of people accuse me like I argue because I'm, maybe I'm so, stubborn. I'm stubborn. Sweet. I stick to my guns. A lot of motherfuckers think that I argue just for the sake of arguing, and I know that I'm wrong, but really I don't. I've got no problem. I've never had a problem with being wrong. I don't give a fuck about being wrong. I want to know the truth.
Spot on.
All right. I can just change. I'll give you a story. Back in the day, I was working with this guy, and he goes, "Oh, let me show you this thing." Sweet. So I was looking at this thing he was trying to show me, and I was like, "Nah, that's not how it goes." All right. He goes, no, listen. Ken, listen to me. This is what it is. You turn this and this looks like this. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I believed what I was saying. Believe what the fuck I was saying. For some reason, he kept on like trying to tell me. Even though I like rejected everything he was saying. Yeah, but for some reason, the fifth time this guy told me, it just came like my belief blocked like what he was saying. I couldn't see what the fuck he was saying. But when he said it the fifth time, I was like, fuck, this cunt's right. Fuck, I was fucking completely tripping. And I what do you call it?
You admitted it.
I admitted it, but yeah, I allowed that to penetrate the fucking system.
Yeah.
I just laid down.
That's it.
Yeah, but it's amazing when you're so passionate about something. Because emotion backs up our beliefs.
Of course.
Our beliefs, the reason why it has to feel like shit when our beliefs get shattered. The reason why we want to be right is because we don't want to feel like shit. That's what's happening. We're saving that feeling in the pit of your stomach like, fuck, like I'm wrong. That feeling, you can find that feeling, it's a weird feeling. It's like a, what is that feeling like?
Like a punch in the stomach.
Yeah. Punch in the stomach.
There's I know the feeling. I can't describe it.
Where else do you find that feeling?
Yeah.
It's a fucked up feeling. But that's all we're avoiding anyway. And we don't want to feel like shit.
Yeah.
That's why we try to be right, even though if we know we're wrong.
Of course.
But as long as we seem right as well.
That's
yeah?
it. That's it. That's it.
We can. It's funny how we can pretend, but if everyone buys into it,
That's it.
we don't tick it off as wrong.
That's right. If everyone buys into the lie, it's still right.
It's still right.
Yeah.
That's psychotic.
It is.
That's fucking psychotic. So what are we saying here? Don't fuck around.
Quite clearly that just be aware that you could be wrong.
That's it.
It is a possibility.
Mate.
Believe it or not.
Correct.
And if you're wrong, just admit you're wrong. That's it.
That's right.
You don't have to be right every single time.
No.
You're not going to be right every single time.
Sometimes you have to be wrong to be right.
That's it. Exactly.
But sometimes when you're right, you're wrong.
Exactly. And the person that admits that they're wrong when they are wrong is right.
Correct.
Because there's no brownie points. There's no award you're going to get. No one's going to be like, oh, this guy really is the oracle. No one's going to get a round of applause for keep on going to be right.
That's right.
Continuing the conversation.
Correct.
The only one's going to get gratitude out of it, or the only person's going to get anything that's going to get
out of it
is your ego. Your ego is the only win it's going to get is your ego.
That's right.
That's it.
And the reason why also that kind of thinking is so fucking cramped is because that stops you from learning anything new. That closes off everything. Any opportunity to learn. And you're not coming from like, that white belt mentality that I'm a beginner, I need to learn. If you're always right, you can never learn. The man who's always right never learns nothing.
Exactly.
So allow yourself to be open to things. Seek the truth, not validation of what you already know. Always... I'm not saying...
Yeah, be open to learning and to growing. That's it.
Yeah. Don't be stable within your beliefs.
Yeah.
But also but look at them like, look at them and review them and, be open to, you might not know something.
Exactly.
Or you might be wrong. Because otherwise, if you're looking to grow, you need to get fucking rid of that ego. It. That ego doesn't work with growth.
Yeah. These days, exactly, spot on. These days, you... with technology, obviously, we've got Google settles a lot of disputes. Let's Google it.
Yeah,
let's find out.
Correct.
Now, some people even go above and beyond, and like, mate, it's wrong. There's who wrote that on Google.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, who wrote that?
But yeah, usually does settle a lot of disputes.
Yeah, back in the day we didn't have that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's the population of China?
Correct.
It's 100 million. No, it's billions. Let's Google it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, anyway, there's lessons to be learned. Be open to learning. Be open to growth.
And who gives a fuck if you're right or wrong?
Exactly.
Let's find the truth.
That's it.